Hi there, Libras, and welcome to your soulmate reading. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and get started with your portion of the reading, which is the past, present, future energies that you're currently facing at this time, Libra. And then I'm going to do a past, present, future for your soulmate and see how those two basically correspond with each other. Okay, so, whoa. Let's see. Okay. We have to shuffle these up a little bit. Okay. So we've got the Ten of Wands. Wow. Okay, Libra. Right out of the gate there, you got a lot going on. You're carrying a lot of weight here. Okay. I'm not going to say it's emotional baggage because there's no cups here, but I do think it has to do with like tasks at hand. Like there's a lot of like daily, weekly, monthly excursions that require your attention. I feel like that's why the horse looks kind of depleted there a little bit with its head down. Okay, yes, you're a spiritual warrior. We have, a man here on a horse with his bow and arrow. He's ready to take action if needed, but it's not really an action card. It's more of a doing card, but not like, I don't know, like doing things are actions, obviously, but it's a little bit more stagnant than that. It's definitely the culmination of efforts marked by the weight of burdens and additional responsibilities. It signifies hard work nearing completion, but warns of the heavy load carried as a result. Okay. And I feel like that's like the main thing here, really. Now, when reversed, this card highlights the need to reassess one's workload, suggesting possible burnout. It calls for delegation and the release of overstressed conditions, urging balance between ambition and well-being. Okay, so for instance, because it's the past, I'm pretty sure that you're reflecting on the lessons and conditions that have led up to the present. So I'm pretty sure you're kind of like at that point in your life now, Libra, where you're like, okay, I've already done a lot of what's required of me, but now it's like, okay, time to release it all, like time to let it all unfold, or like, I don't know. Let me get another card. Okay, presently, Four of Pentacles. Okay, yeah, this makes sense. You're holding tightly to one's resources. Okay, you're holding tight here to this idea or thought that has sort of crystallized. You have like a little woodland fairy holding on closely to her pentacles and the tree. The tree is full of apples. There's crystals. There's gold near the tree, or like inside the tree, like that sort of energy of like there is something near or here. Like you're not facing something alone, because I think you have a lot going on here. Okay. But the Four of Pentacles, it highlights the importance of financial stability and security. It represents the need to save and manage resources wisely, suggesting a cautious approach to spending and focus on conserving wealth. When reversed, this card warns against the pitfalls of greed and possessiveness. It indicates potential financial mismanagement, such as overspending or holding too tightly to material possessions, hinting the need for balance and financial self-protection. Okay, so the little woodland fairy, she's holding very tightly here. Okay, so at present moment, Libra, you might be worried about financial things, financial losses and mismanagement of finances. I also think that, you are someone who does spend conservatively, like you do buy like only the essentials, but even that I feel like maybe is a strain on you at this time. There's a lot of strain here, there's a lot of stress here. Okay, Libra, so the future is this Page of Pentacles. So a little bit more relaxed, you're sitting in a tree, you've got a pentacle, you're playing music. Like there's the need for you to like sort of release that feeling or that burden that you don't have enough or you didn't do enough, because that's very misleading. The Page of Pentacles symbolizes the beginning of a journey towards financial growth and skill enhancement. It represents the emergence of new opportunities fueled by ambition, a strong desire for success, and the diligence of manifesting one's goals. When reversed, the card points to a struggle with commitment and the presence of counterproductive traits like greediness and laziness. It suggests the need to overcome procrastination and to learn valuable lessons from past failures. Okay, so you're already there. You've already learned whatever it is that you need to learn. Okay, Libra. But the thing is what's happening is you're still like needing to let go of this like feeling that you're not doing enough or you didn't do good enough or you failed in some way. I want you to forget all of that, not focus on any of that, because you haven't failed in any way. Okay, in fact, I see a lot of success unfolding here. Okay. Oh yeah, look at this. Your soulmates past, 5 of Wands, a major conflict here. The lions fighting each other. Okay, I'm getting like egos here, big giant egos. Okay, men fighting each other here. Okay, the 10 of Wands and the 5 of Wands. Yeah, it's like you both have very similar pasts, but your past is not more. Your past isn't so much like confrontational. Your past is more to do with like people, like the feeling that people are coming like after you, like they're attacking your character, but it's like you already have enough to go with. You have already enough going on, so you don't need to take on that as well, that confrontation. You can be like, you know what, I'm not even going to address that or discuss that because there's no point in it. You know, it's a waste of time and energy and resources. And the 5 of Wands for your soulmate is like they are someone who is like in like a sort of battle, or they were in a battle energy, a conflicting energy. Okay, with that 5 of Wands, chaos, you know, like that seems to be a major theme these days, is chaos. Okay. But I think Libra, because you do have like this ability to sort of foresee or foreshadow the chaos, you're able to avoid it more or just not involve yourself. Okay. The 5 of Wands embodies the chaos of competition and conflict. It captures moments of rivalry and strife, reflecting tensions and disagreements that challenge cohesion, urging the need to navigate through discord. Reverse, this card suggests moving beyond conflict, embracing diversity, and finding common ground. It indicates a phase of agreeing to disagree, respecting differences, and avoiding unnecessary confrontations for harmony. Okay. And that's what your soulmate is doing. And that's what your soulmate is. I feel like you and your soulmate are sort of trying to like embody that energy moving forward, like in the future when chaos arrives, you know, because you're looking at the past, you're reflecting on it together and saying, wow, that was very chaotic energy. That was a very like confrontational energy, but you know, like, let's agree to disagree. Right. Like you done goofed there. You're kind of cray there a little bit. Okay, with that chaotic energy. And this isn't per se, like, this isn't really your chaotic energy. This isn't really your soulmate's chaotic energy. I feel like, because the 5 of Wands usually is indicating that there's other outside energies that want to come in and cause chaos. So you're kind of trying to deal with it in a similar way. Oh, yeah, look, 7 of Wands. Wow, a lot of wands. Okay, so your future, or I mean, sorry, your soulmate's present energy. Okay, so, yeah, this is going to lead up to your future. Okay, there's a knight with a dragon. Yes, there's all these wands coming at the dragon, but I don't think the dragon is afraid. I don't think your soulmate is afraid. I think you are a little bit more fearful here because you have been in a similar situation in the past where you're, you know, up against the odds here. You're kind of on your own, fighting for yourself and your survival. So that's kind of scary. But your soulmate is here with a dragon and defending you, I would say. Here, 7 of Wands. The 7 of Wands embodies standing your ground amidst challenges. It symbolizes the courage to face competition and adversity, emphasizing perseverance and the defense of one's position to maintain control against odds. When reversed, this card reflects feelings of being overwhelmed and succumbing to exhaustion. It signals a loss of confidence and the urge to give up, suggesting the need to reassess one's stance and possibly become less defensive. Okay, right now, Libra, I would say that, you are definitely needing your soulmate to show you this courage, okay, in the face of competition here, okay, because there's really no competition other than what other people, like, you and your soulmate are not like people who want to be competing against other people, like other family members, other friends, family members. Like, why compete with those people? That's not cool. That's not fun. Okay. But in a generalization of it, it's like, yeah, there are other people who might look at you and your soulmate and be jealous of what you have. And then they might want to say like what they had, or what they have is somehow more valuable or more significant or more special than what you and your person have. You and your soulmate are not like that, okay? You don't go around comparing yourself to other couples. But I would say that there are couples who compare themselves to you and your person, and that's why when you're in that energy, you're like, oh my God, like, I don't want to be in this energy. Why is this person treating me this way? And it's because they are competitive in a very like shallow sort of way, where it's like they're starting something when there doesn't need to be something started. There needs not to be a competition here between family, friends, rival. Like, you're not supposed to be rivals with your friends and your family. That's supposed to be like you're born into an alliance, right? But we all know that's not true. We all know, Libras, like, that's why we're here. That's why I'm here doing these readings. We already know you definitely can be born into a family where there's nothing but always competition. Nobody's an ally with anybody. You could be one of those people where you do make really good long lasting friendships, and then you also find out who your real true friends are, and you've been through that sort of challenge before. So there's all kinds of different levels here to work with. But the important thing to remember is that you and your soulmate are not competing with each other. Okay, because then you're not soulmates and you're not in a relationship. Then you're, I've heard stories where like, somebody will say to someone else, like, my relationship is more significant than yours, or my relationship is better than yours, or healthier than yours, or more unique, or more special, or, you know what I'm saying? It's like, well, I don't know why you said that. Like, that's wow, way to like be, way to make your presence known here. Okay. But it's like you're above that, right? You're more like emotionally mature than that. Okay. Now we have here the future, Page of Wands. Wow, Page of Pentacles and Page of Wands. Okay, so both you and your soulmate look like you're playing some musical instruments together. Okay, this woman, she's playing on like a flute. Okay. And then this other woman's playing on like this sort of like guitar here. So, and the two dragons, wow, your soulmate has a dragon, and the seven has a dragon, and the page has a dragon. So I feel like you and your soulmate are like on the same page here. Okay, you both have a fire within each other. There's a lot of like chemistry here. There's a lot of passion here. Okay. The wands are all about that passion. Okay. But it takes some time to get there. It doesn't just happen overnight, right? Like, it's a natural build up, I feel like. Okay. Now your Page of Wands, I like how there's all these wands though. Like, that's really cool. Okay. This is embodying youthful energy and the thrill of new beginnings. It stands for inspiration, discovery, and the pursuit of one's passions, with a free and adventurous spirit, marking a time of exploration and boundless potential. So that's what your soulmate and you are coming into together. Because I feel like once you start, I feel like once you stop stressing, right? Once you're like start to like let go of some of that stress you've been feeling, and anxiety you've been feeling over like, okay, is this good enough? Is this not good enough? It's like, we'll find out, right? We'll see, right? Down the line. But the future is showing up here that everything is going to work out for the best. that things are meant to align here for you and your soulmate. Okay. You both want that passion and that exploration, and you want to be going on adventures together. You both have an adventurous spirit. Okay, Libra. But you got to leave the past behind. You got to leave the conflicts behind. You got to leave the chaos behind in order to gain that new, fun, like just joyful energy that's going to bring you to another fun adventure and a next chapter and phase in your soulmate journey. Okay. Now, in reverse, the Page of Wands indicates indecision and delay, hindered by procrastination and self doubt. It suggests a period of introspection to overcome self-imposed limitations and to nurture fledgling ideas. Okay, so you want to nurture your ideas. Your soulmate wants to nurture things with you. You guys want to nurture each other. Okay, so that's very important. Now I'm gonna pull some other cards for you. Okay, I got some clarifying life situations. Okay, for you, and we're gonna get to some more inner things here. Okay, so we have stop and reflect. Pause in your journey to appreciate how far you've come and where you're headed. Frost of stillness. Embrace the frost of stillness, where in the calm of icy pause, reflective clarity is found. And you have the snowflake. I love that. Okay. So, yeah, it's like you've come through the holidays, you're now into the new year. Okay. And you want to be in that stillness and that reflective period. And that really aligns very well with your past, is like you're embracing a new, a new start in your journey, but you're also appreciative of how far you've already come. That's the important thing here, is like what's just recently happened has made you more appreciative, and more aware of how far you've come. Okay. And then we have fast progress. Wow. So you go from stillness and reflection to fast progress. Wow. Okay. Move forward with a swift precision and do what must be done now. Okay. Charge ahead. Embrace courage and determination, forging your path with confidence and readiness to overcome obstacles. Wow. Look at that. See? So your past is important. It's important that you went through this period and this stage in your life with your soulmate where you were up against chaos, where you were up against conflict together, and how you dealt with it, right? And it's important to reflect on how you dealt with it and how you overcame it, okay? And this is why you're charging ahead. This is why you have fast progress, okay? Because you're moving forward here. And it happens very quickly too. Like, it doesn't feel quick when you're in that stage of reflection with your person, because you probably just were doing that over the new year. You probably were like, let me reflect on this, let me reflect on that. But now it's like, okay, now everything is happening so quickly, and you're like, oh my gosh, it's already the next week and the next, it's already on to the next thing, right? So that's why that period of reflecting around the new year is important, and it is crucial. Okay. And then your future is receiving it all. See, I told you the abundance. You were worried about financial loss, or not having much gains there, but there's a lot you can do with very little. Trust me, I know how to stretch a dollar. Okay. You got the Page of Pentacles here. Okay. So there is that receiving it all. And there's another tree here with apples. Okay. A lot of tree symbolism here. Okay. You deserve to receive abundance at full capacity. Believe in your worth and trust that the universe is ready to deliver all that you desire. Okay. Open up to receiving all the abundance that you desire. Okay. And I know for some of you, obviously I didn't get a chance to, get everything done, but for you guys, but I have here the Lover's card. Okay, this is definitely a very fiery, passionate connection that you have with your soulmate. Okay, there, Libra. Definitely two flames ignited there for sure. and also have the King of Cups and the Eight of Cups and Father Christmas. Okay, so there you go, Father Christmas. That's that like sort of like hermit energy there that you know, when we come out of, our hibernation and we're like moving into a much deeper time of year. Okay, so that is the hermit symbolizes a deep dive into soul searching and introspection. It represents a quest for wisdom and truth achieved through solitude and meditation. This card encourages independence, inner guidance, and heightened consciousness. Reverse, the hermit indicates feelings of isolation and loneliness. It suggests a retreat from the world, leading to resignation and sense of being lost. This card calls for reconnecting with others and finding one's way back for emotional distance. And that's why you have the Eight of Cups, is that emotional distance, right? You have to emotionally distance yourself from people and chaos and conflicts. That's the healthiest choice you can make for yourself. Okay, so you did that. I feel like you've already done that. Okay, and that's your past reflecting on that. And then you've got your King of Cups. Okay, so there's the King of Cups for you. And that's that emotional side and aspect to things that when you really focus in your energy on that, you're going to see a lot of good things coming your way. Okay, because you're taking care of your emotions, you're taking care of your feelings, you're not holding back anymore, but in an emotionally like intelligent way. Okay, master emotional control and empathy. The King of Cups exudes compassion, offering balanced, supportive leadership. His diplomatic nature fosters tolerance, making him a beacon of understanding and emotional stability. All right, now reverse, this king may reveal a cold exterior or engage in emotional manipulation. It warns against moodiness and underlines the necessity for self-compassion, urging a deeper exploration of personal feelings and motivations. Okay, so obviously, your soulmate is not going to be emotionally manipulating you, right? We know that. If someone is doing that to you, they're not your soulmate. Okay, you want someone who is diplomatic, fosters tolerance, a beacon of understanding and emotional stability. Okay, and then that brings about that lover's connection. I feel like you, Libra, had to let go of this, a lot of emotional chaos, a lot of chaotic energy, and this has brought you closer to your soulmate or finding your soulmate. Okay, so with that Eight of Cups, this speaks to difficult decisions, to leave the known for the unknown, prompt by disappointment or the need for deeper meaning. It reflects a journey of self-discovery, choosing solitude and introspection over staying. Exactly, and that's what you did, Libra, or that's what you're currently doing. You're reflecting, and then I feel like it's your past. It really seems like your past. But I do think that once that's happened, that's fast progress is going to come out of that. Okay. And you gotta, reveals hesitations to fully let go. That's the reverse energy, marked by indecision or fear of what's ahead. It suggests a reluctance to face change, preferring the comfort of the familiar, even when it no longer serves growth or happiness. Okay. Like, you're focusing on your growth, Libra. You're focusing on your happiness, okay? And that's going to bring you closer to this lover's energy, symbolizing deep love, harmony, and strong relationships. This card represents unions and partnerships infused with passion and sexuality. It signifies the alignment of values, the power of choice, and the strength found in togetherness. Okay, and that's what you and your soulmate have, and that's where that abundance is coming from. That's where that fast progress is coming from. Okay, so yeah, you guys, you and your soulmate definitely had to like deal with some people who were causing some disharmony and imbalance in your relationship. There was a misalignment of values, not for you and your soulmate in particular, but I feel like for the people around you did not have their right values intact, and that's kind of like upset you guys a lot. It suggests of self-love struggles, suffering in relationships, conflict, and indecision. Yeah, this card warns of fear of commitment and the repercussions of poor choices. Okay, so that's the other thing too. Okay, is that like there are repercussions to people making poor decisions. Okay, and I feel like you and your soulmate are like the ones that can see that and know that and feel that together, and you just like have to really separate yourselves from people who do that, because when you're seeing them do that to themselves over and over again and no progress is being made, and you've already been like, okay, well, you haven't really made a lot of progress, and I kind of already been like, here's the progress, are you going to make the progress or not? If they're not going to make the progress and they want the conflict, they want the chaos, you do have to step away from that. You do have to like, for sure, get out of that environment. And once you let go, once you walk away from that, you will be receiving it all. You will be receiving your abundance, because you do deserve it. And the universe does want you to have your abundance. It does want you to have, you know, all the things that you need for yourself, and be open up to that. And, you know, the deliveries of abundance are coming. All right, Libras. So blessings to you and your soulmate. Love and love. Love and love. I said love and love. Love and light always. Thank you so much for watching. And please don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Hit the notification bell and the thumbs up button. Bye.